They said the Abrams would flip. I proved them wrong. Back in basic training at Fort Benning, we had this absolute legend of an instructor, Sergeant Miller. Tough, sharp, and terrifyingly precise. One thing he drilled into us from day one was a hard limit. An M1 Abrams cannot climb a slope over 40 degrees without flipping. Physics won't allow it. That line was gospel. No one questioned it. Fast forward 3 years. I'm deployed in Afghanistan, second in command of a tank crew patrolling a remote mountain pass. We're halfway through the valley when our forward scout radios in, ambush ahead, multiple RPG nests on both ridges. We were boxed in. The convoy behind us was pinned. The enemy had high ground, and advancing meant certain death. The only way out was a narrow, jagged ridge to our right, steep as hell. My gunner whispered, "That's gotta be 50 degrees. Remember what Miller said?" Oh, I remembered. But I also remembered the nights I spent poring over the tank's manual while everyone else slept. Deep in the appendices was a barely mentioned technique, an off-manual maneuver involving turret weight distribution and selective track control. I took a breath. "Brace yourselves!" I swung the turret 90 degrees to shift the center of gravity, throttled hard, and feathered the left track brake. The Abrams roared, tilted, and for a horrifying moment, it felt like we were going to roll. My commander screamed over comms. Warning alarms screamed back, but we didn't flip. The tank clawed forward, 70 tons of steel fighting gravity. Tracks shredded the rocky incline, engines straining like it might explode. For 12 agonizing seconds, we teetered on the edge between genius and stupidity. Then, traction. We crested the ridge. From up top, we had a perfect firing position. We laid down cover fire and held the line while the rest of the convoy pulled back to safety. Not a single casualty. 2 months later, I was stateside, giving a tactical briefing when a voice from the back cut through the chatter. "So you're the one who drove a 70-ton Abrams up a 53-degree slope?" "Sergeant Miller." I stood stiff. "Yes, Sergeant." He walked up, stone-faced. "Why'd you ignore my training?" "Because sometimes the book gets people killed, Sergeant." Silence. Then he smiled. A real smile. "That's exactly why I told you it couldn't be done. So when you had no other option, you'd find your own damn way. Today, at tank school, they call it the Wilson climb. And Sergeant Miller, he uses my combat footage to teach new recruits that the real limitations aren't in the manual. They're in your head."